Let us discuss the gamification in teaching English. I hope you will cooperate in me. So, let us start the discussion. So, what is gamification or game-based learning? Gamification is a game-based learning or play-based learning refers to a type of gameplay with clear and defined learning outcome. And what it is not, a bunch of kids sitting around while the teacher hands them a game to play. Not all games are created equal. Teachers should consider the structure of the gaming experience. Are the learning outcomes are clear? Could it leave learners frustrated or bored? That is the question that we will answer in this topic. Is it beneficial? So, again, why is it beneficial? At this course, all a learning environment should encourage active and critical learning, not passive learning. So, game-based learning is provide this still or ideal environment. The best games are those that actively engage learners, and the experience is the pleasure of exploring and understanding a new system. And while design games, it is played in a variety of ways. Using different media and platforms can force distraction and engage learners in a way that few others methods can. And games can take the form of word play, language play, narrative and role play, as well as digital platforms like Kahoot, like all the games that we can see now in the online. And gamification can be used at nearly all ages and language levels, as you observe, from those acquiring literacy skills. And also, it is help for the critical thinking and problem solving skills, as well as developing digital literacy skills. It is also known as collectively all the 21st century skills. And the beauty of play in the learning environment is that learners develop autonomy quickly and can self-correct easily with a minimum of emotional stress. So, there is a clear path of progression and learners can learn at their own pace. So, there is five how do I incorporate play-based elements into my English language lessons? The first is learner engagement. So, the students' motivation determines everything, meaning it directs how and what they do, as well as how long they can sustain their learning. So it tells how they balance gaming with other activities out of school and show an interest in what they say and utilize the information to help you plan your play-based lessons. And next is and number 2 is ask others. So it is important. Do you know why? Because as your colleges, this interested in game-based learning will probably love to share ideas and advice. Make sure you keep school administration and parents in the loop to avoid any misunderstanding, particularly of the difference between playing and learning. And number 3, so classroom management. So why classroom management is important for the learners? Because they will know what to do or take the work seriously. You know why? So explain and be clear about what the rules for usage are. And let the learners remind that they are still in class and they are there to learn. So playing games is strictly for home. Explain that tasks will be set just in any class and completion of this task is expected. There's not real need to use the word game at all. So really, at the end, students will soon caught on onto what it is happening. So they are realizing that they are playing because there is a lesson after that. Okay. So number 4 is structure your lesson accordingly. It is important for your lesson planning or your lesson plan. So it is where a listening task, perhaps using a video or a listening clip like what we do now. We structure our lesson to think about how the listening might think or link to the current topic or wider curriculum goals. And it is important to remember that the game is not the teacher. It is just an activity to facilitate the learning. As such, gameplay should not be assessed, but how learning transfer from the game experience to the curriculum can be. Number 5. And number five, the last but not the least, it is a step back. So don't intervene when students are figuring something out unless they really need help. It's all part of the gaming experience in understanding about games as systems. So that's all our topic and that's all my discussion. I hope you learned something about the gamification in teaching English. Thank you so much. Have a good day.